Hey everyone, this is something I normally don't do. So I am live right now, and I want to first of all welcome everyone for watching. So I've been showing you a lot of envelopes that I've been getting in the mail, and I definitely got one this week. It was the first one I got for this week. Pretty exciting, and I think I know which one this is. It could be blank. I'm going to show you where this is sealed. Try not to expose addresses here, but I'm going to show you this where this one is sealed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this and see what's inside of it. And I'm going to talk to you about how I got this. I have a couple that are supposed to be coming this week, and this is one of many. So let's open this. Okay, let's see what I got here. Okay, so this is a guy that I spoke to last week that had really super broken English, but he had many different deals. So the first thing that I did here is I went ahead and I did something I normally don't do. And Jen, who's in my program, thank you for this. This was actually her idea. She pings UPSs that are by people. This is a gold nugget. So if you're watching this right now, this is a gold nugget. And by the way, please feel free to go ahead and put some questions up on chat if you have any, or if I get an audience here, hopefully I do. Or if you watch this later, I'll go back and read the comments on this. But this one right here, what I did is I put little marks by where he needed to sign and notary required. And I did this all the way through. So if you look at this yellow sheet of paper, which is just a claim for abandoned property, I put notary required here, which he already has it notarized. I put signature up here. Great guy. Really broken accent from, I believe he's from Europe. Right there's the notary seal. So that's pretty cool. So I got that. Then I have the claim for abandoned property, and this is cool. My VA brought me this deal. So his first thing that he has is and he's the son. Parents are deceased, and he has supposed to have the will and everything in here. I'll see if he does. Death certificate and some information. So this was a mutual fund for $20,107.02. So out of that portion of it, I will receive $2,000 and some change on it, and he has everything signed on the first page. And again, I put where he needed to put information. He's even given me his social and everything here. But I put asterisks on where I needed him. I put an instruction letter in the beginning too, and I just said, where you see an asterisk, please sign. On the yellow paper, I need you to do this. So I was really thorough with him on this. And I see I have a few people coming on, so feel free to ask me any questions. I normally don't do a YouTube live, so I hope I'm saying everything correct. What I noticed about this is that this guy had many additional claims. So if you look on my yellow paper here, he had 15 claims. So I've listed 15 claims here. So on the standard investigators agreement, I've got 15 additional pages of unclaimed property. So he's got 20,000. So if I look at this, just to give you an idea of how much this one is, $25, $3.80, $31.54, $12.23, $41, $4.07, $20.83, $14.95, $3.77, $14.95. A whole bunch of small claims. I just had one more. It was a whole bunch of bigger claims. So I was thinking it was that one. $13.30, $1.70, $1.19, $8.81. So those are all the additional claims. So I was thinking it was like $1,000. So I'm roughly going to make $2,000. I'll get 10% on those additional claims, and that's fine. I mean, it's going to be probably like $10 or something like that. So totally cool. But the thing is, I'm getting someone help getting paid some funds here that he didn't know his family had. This is really something that I super appreciate. I'm going to talk to you about how I get this. And this will be a question I answer here in just a second. I have his social security card right here. Wow, I have a copy of his driver's license right here. So he sent that, and he sent this in right there. And then I do have a copy of the death certificate for his parents. So yeah, they're going to eventually want the will too. I think he was going to pull that up where he had that, but he does have the death certificate in here. So what I will do is today I will mail this all off to the state of California for to get this going. So I've started off the week. I got this on, I think it was yesterday. Today's Tuesday, September 27th. So I got this in the mail yesterday. Now, when I talked to this guy, he was very confused about exactly what to do and how to do it. Very friendly, saying, hey, I really want to do this. What do I do? How do I do this? And how do I get this done? So what I did is I gave him some instructions. I took a big FedEx envelope and I put everything in that, and then I folded this, or this actually fit right inside. I put this FedEx envelope inside, and then what I did is I put I put the label on the back. So all he had to do was put everything inside the envelope. He followed instructions very nicely. So I've got myself a deal. So I've started off the week with just over $2,000, which is very nice. Now, this is work that I've done from my team working, people making phone calls, trying to get things done that needed to be done. So this is going from work that needs to be done. So the first gold nugget I would say on this is since my last one that I just gave would be I told you a second ago I would follow up on how I got the Social Security card. And guys, I'm sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. I'm and hey, no, Cal, I see your response. Feel free to ask me any questions. I'm going to answer a couple before I get off here. So Social Security card. How do you get someone's Social Security card? One of the main questions I always get is how do people enclose this kind of information to you? And I have it right here. I showed it to you. I cracked this open. So the way I get the Social Security cards on this is I build up the report with them. I let them know what I need. And then someone in the group just recently said this. I say, here's the information I'm going to need. I realize this is sensitive information. And if they give me resistance, if they say, David, I really don't want to give this, or I'm not comfortable giving this, or I'd rather not, then I come back and I say, okay, I understand. How about if you sign everything, you get it ready, and then when the state asks for it, you send it directly to them. More times than not, they will say that. I have a couple claims into the state like that right now, and I have a couple like this one. He'll have everything in. The thing that they're going to ask for is they're going to ask for some sort of will or proof of estate. He said that he did have that, so I will make sure that I get that. I will communicate with him, let him know that this is being submitted. He is the only son, so it's going to be a slam dunk to get this guy paid. So I hope this was helpful. And again, if you just logged on here, and I see a few people might be just coming on that logged on, I had an envelope that I just opened up for the first time. I actually opened up live in camera, and what it has is it had the first two sheets for the claim for abandoned property. I have 15 claims on here. There's one big one for 20,000. There's a lot of little ones. And then from there, I went ahead and went over the paperwork that I gave and the sheet of instructions. I will call him. I will thank him for this. I will put him on an email chain because it's going to be about 6 months before he gets paid. So right now we're in September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So he's looking at being paid at the end of March, maybe a little bit later with the time that it's going to take the state and how they are in the probate and all that. And going forward there, it might be a little bit longer. So I will file this. I will make a hard copy of this, and I have a file of hard copies, and then I will make I'll put a file up on my computer. I will send a file to the state. I mean, obviously, I'll send the copies to the state as well. Then once I get somebody paid, I do a couple things. I usually keep their name, and I make sure that no other funds are coming in. I do that on a regular basis, especially if it's a deceased person, because you're always going to be having funds that are coming in for people here and there. And until they all go through. That's the first thing I'll do. And then I do shred everything, especially like the Social Security card and everything like that. I do shred all that. So what would happen if the state said, hey, I never got a copy of this? Again, I knock on wood, I've never had that happen. Well, I have a hard copy I could send out. At the same time, I have a locking file cabinet in my office. My office is kind of a mess. You can see it back there. This will get shredded the minute I get paid on this. I will take that and I will shred the file. I will email him and just say, hey, just so you know, I'm shredding all the information I have on you. I really appreciate this. And it's my personal shredder that goes through, and boom, I don't drop it off someone and say, hey, shred these for me. Again, they've trusted me, and I want to be trustworthy of this information. Hey, everyone, just want to thank you for this time. I just did a random opening video. I've been doing a lot of filming on these. Just thought I would do this one live. Any questions that you may have, good morning, NorCal. I appreciate that. Anyone else have any questions before I get off here? And now's the time to type them if you do. Otherwise, I will see you guys later. Really appreciate your time and really appreciate being able to be on here. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this live call. Really appreciate it again that you all are listening to this. I hope this was helpful. Just a couple of things I'm going to hammer in here. Be consistent. Make this into a habit. Yesterday, my live cold call, I went ahead and I called a tax overages with the Warriors, and they're all listening. And I had someone call me back yesterday, and they're like, interested in possibly doing a deal. I don't have the deal yet. Usually when I take an hour and I have a set of leads that I want to work and I use my script right, more times than not, I get a call back. I have someone who wants to move forward and I have someone who's interested. And that's why you have to make this a habit. I will have to follow up with this guy. This is another golden nugget. I will follow up with him in 2 days and just say, hey, he wanted to check with some other family, make sure that verify a couple things. I'm like, absolutely, go ahead and do that. And then we'll go ahead and we'll see if like I'll call you back in 2 days. Do I have the deal? Absolutely not. But if I'm afraid I'm not going to get the deal and I don't call him back, which it's interesting because there's a lot of good books out there. One of my favorite ones, if you're just starting out, too, I would say Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone is a good book to read because you're constantly selling yourself. A second one is called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. In that book, it talks about making things habits and making this a habit for me. So I have to make it a habit to call this guy back. What's the worst thing that can happen? You could say, you know what, David, we're not going to do business with you. We're going to go somewhere else. And that sucks, but it does happen. Meanwhile, if I don't call him back and I don't try to build up this relationship, so it goes back to the social security card that I just showed you that I got in this contract. You have to build a rapport with your clients. You have to be able to build that rapport, get them to trust you, let them know, like, yeah, you give me confidential information. I don't even bring it up. I don't say, oh, you got to give me your social security card. I know this. It's like, here's what we're going to need. Here's what we're going to need to go forward. And then if they bring it up and they say, hey, I'm not comfortable getting this, there's two things I'll say. I'll say, okay, number one is, are you okay if I pull it up for you? And if they say no, because I can, and I've got the skip tracing software to do that. And if they say no, legally I can't do that without their authorization, and I'm not going to do that. I would not do that, even if they would never know. I still would not do that because I'm putting my whole reputation right on the line. I mean, I could lose my license with the state, and I've made a lot of money on state funds. I have a lot of money out there that I'm getting on state funds, and it's something that's I want to continue building that rapport and that relationship. So then you give them some other alternatives. Okay, how about if I submit it without, and then they're probably going to ask for it. You could submit it directly to them and I won't see it. Is that okay? Again, more times than not, people will come back and they will say yes. And just the continuity of the business, working it, getting your leads, working your leads every single day. Mortgage and tax overages do pay a lot more. They're a lot more lucrative work. However, I always call this like high school basketball. If you do mortgage overages, I see you're in varsity. Tax overages, you're in JV, and state funds, you're more at a fresh, soft level. You make money at all three, though. And literally, like right now in state funds alone, I'm doing 6 figures a year. This can be done absolutely. Hey, CAW 2525. Love that name, man. Hey, thank you. I appreciate the comment there. Hey, everybody. I appreciate your time here. And yeah, feel free to keep on checking in with questions. I will continue to do some live stuff. I don't do live stuff a whole lot, but this is very new to me and exciting. So hopefully this was useful to everyone who is watching it live or who has watched it. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you again for watching. See you guys all later. Bye.